Hey everybody out there, it's Nate. Just doing my snack time with Nate because we're at 2 o'clock here. So I got my mixed nuts here. Hope you guys are all great and doing well and staying healthy and all that stuff. It's gonna be a quick meeting today. I've been kind of out there doing a bunch of stuff. Well, in here doing a bunch of stuff today. Getting ready for all the things we got coming up in the next few weeks here. So we'll keep it brief. I want to go over a couple things on our on our agenda today. We will go over the new listings that are come on the market, and go over what that means. And then we'll go over a couple other things we can do for additional funding options, since you guys are all so for the homeowners out there. As we're kind of in a somewhat of a standstill right now. There's a few things that you can do to tap into some of the equity in your house, possibly to get some little bit of liquidity on hand. And even if you are in a holding pattern for selling down the road, there's some things that you can do right now to potentially put a little bit of do projects here or there. So one thing, and this is something you should definitely call your banks about, is the whole refinance thing. So if you refinance today, again, talk to your bank about it. But you can do basically refinance for a lower payment with lower interest rates. Rates are all over the place right now, so again, I highly stress that you talk to a banker about doing that. Also, look at what the closing costs will be, if that may even make sense. But it's something to keep your mortgage payments a little bit lower, as potentially people that are furlonged out there, they may need a little bit of a lower payment as they get through the next couple months here. So also what you can do is look at potentially doing a home equity line of credit or home equity loan. Line of credit is probably the better option for you if you wanted to do, if you were still planning on selling in the next few months, because that way you're not taking out an entire lump sum of money. It's a line of credit. So if you did have, if you want to do a couple projects around the house, that you wanted to get it, since you have a little bit more time before you put it on the market, you can use that line of credit to do a few of those projects. And then obviously when we sell it, we just pay it off and close it out at that point too. So something to consider there. Let's see what else we got here. Leaseback. So one of the things that you could do is, if you did decide to put the house on the market today, there are potential leaseback scenarios that you could do too. So we have all kinds of different ways. We're supposed to be staying at home. The agents are supposed to all be staying at home. So a lot of us have turned into doing virtual showings. So what does that mean? We are doing pictures. We're doing virtual tours. We are not supposed to actually be on the premises to maybe do like a FaceTime or something like that. But we can have the sellers do that for us. So at the moment, I'm planning on doing a virtual open house this weekend from 12 to 1 at a particular property. I'll give you the details on that as I go a little bit closer. But at least shows you that we're out there. We're using the technology to our advantage to make sure that we're doing the best we can to market the properties. We have the Dream Home Virtual Tour, which has that option to create a 3D model of your property too, with the floor plan as well. So lots of cool stuff. And then the leaseback situation I was just talking about. Let's say you sold your house and you need a little bit of time to get into the property, or to get into the next property, or you wanted to at least have the house secured, so that way you have time to transition to the next spot. You can do a leaseback, so that you would, of course, this is something attorneys would want to confirm with you that is a good idea, because then you're essentially becoming a tenant within your own house, and this buyer would have to become the landlord at that point. But by doing a lease back, you can kind of extend the amount of time it takes for you to get to the next place. So that way, once we're able to kind of get out there a little bit more and show properties, you have the opportunity to close on the house, lease it back, and then go into properties once we start kind of reworking our when we start getting out there and being able to look at stuff. So that's a good way to do it. And then we would, of course, have to negotiate how long that would actually take and how long that would actually look like. But there's all kinds of cool options out there. Let's see here. Another thing that you can do is make sure that when you're selling the house, oops, sorry about that. when you're selling the house, you're taking the equity out of it and putting in it. Basically, you want to make sure you're talking to your accountant. One thing to kind of take note of is capital gains tax, things like that. So make sure that you're talking to your accountant and all that stuff. Another topic I wanted to go over real quick is, I'm not sure why my little makeshift video screen keeps doing that, but sorry about that. Another thing I wanted to talk about was what is supposed to be, or they're trying to get through the Senate right now, is the new economic package. So had a quick highlights on that. So first off, that $1,200 for most adults, $500 per child, is going to be part of this whole thing. So a family of four potentially could be receiving payments of upwards of $3,000. That is going through the Senate right now, and I think it's been signed by the president and the House of Representatives at this point. So that's moving its way through the Senate. They're pretty hopeful that everything will get all my events popping up here. I already did that one. So anyway, going back to the economic stimulus bill. This is tiered. I do know that people that make over a certain amount, there is a little bit of a reduction on that. You'd probably want to go to the website to make sure you have the specific details. But for most adults, $1,200 per adult, $500 per child. 4 months of unemployment. I think originally they were trying to do unemployment the amount of 3 months. This is going to be 4 months. So I think what they're describing it as is kind of whatever that typical wage is. They're going to add another $600 onto it, something of that nature. So instead of 3 months, they're going to have 4 months. So people can opt into that. And I think the other thing is that a lot of those people will be considered furloughed. So that way, when they'll be still on the books, still be on the payroll books for the company. So that way, when everything calms down, they're able to bring them on back onto the books pretty easily and pretty seamlessly. $130 billion to hospitals, which I think is huge. Obviously, we know the hospitals are getting close to capacity, so having the amount of money to set up hospitals off-site, off-premises, and also be able to provide the amount of supplies and hospital beds and ventilators and all that good stuff is going to be huge. So $150 billion state and local governments. So governments that are running out of cash right now, they're going to get reinfused with cash so that they can help out. $350 billion. So this is a big one. $350 billion to, not that all this isn't big, but $350 billion to small businesses. So the backbone of the economy, small businesses. A lot of the people that are in the service industry are being laid off and or furloughed. Hopefully, just furloughed. So this is going to be huge. This will be able to keep these people on the payroll, keep their employees on the payroll books, be able to make sure that they're paying their bills on time, all that good stuff. So that way, as we're cruising along here, we're able to eventually pick up and hopefully get back to as close as possible back to normal. And then $500 billion for corporations. So the corporations that have kind of come to a standstill on investments and things like that, that's going directly to them. And then there's an oversight community that is able to make sure that all of this is being done properly and it's going to the right people and the right stuff. So what does this do for the real estate market, and why did I go over it? Real estate market is obviously right now we have a little bit of uncertainty in the market. So that's why you're seeing a lot of the listings obviously go down very low. We do have ways to service those who need to move right away. We have things in place where we're able to show stuff virtually. But this, I think, will go a long way to hopefully alleviate a lot of what we've been kind of feeling right now, so that we're able to make sure that we're looking into the future and knowing that we have systems in place that hopefully once the curve kind of levels out, we're able to get back to work. So and I think that's huge for real estate, for people trying to buy a house, trying to sell a house, and making sure that we're ready to go, ready to pull the trigger once we have that go ahead. So this is that stopgap funding that will help us accomplish that. So that's super exciting news. Again, it kind of creates helps us fight the uncertainty factor there. And so hopefully that'll be pumped into the economy here, and we'll be able to you do so accordingly. So anybody that's looking right now, I'm working with lots of people right now that are looking for property. The demand is, I think, really still there, and the sellers that are kind of starting to kind of see this news and are holding back a little bit, give me a call. We can do stuff virtually. We can talk virtually about how we're going to market your property in the future, and just kind of get that game plan going. Because that's usually what I like to do with a lot of people, regardless of what's going on in the market, is really sit down, do that 3-month overview with people. If they're 3 months out, if they're a week out, if they are 6 months out, 12 months out, it's all about getting that game plan together and adjusting for what the market is doing at that point, because the market is always in motion. I went back over demand. So things that are on the market are still moving. So they're moving pretty quickly. So it's definitely something to, if you did want to get into it, certainly give me a call. And one of the things that was an uncertain factor was, of course, the uncertainty of jobs being there or getting under contract. Then all of a sudden they lose their job halfway into it. Hopefully this is going to curb some of that uncertainty for people, so that they know that they're at least accounted for on the payroll, so that they're able to move forward. We do have the COVID-19 addenda that we would put with contracts, which automatically activates if somebody were to, God forbid, get sick with the illness and have to be quarantined for 14 days. This is there for that in case that happens. They're able to still be under contract. They are able to still, if there's any delays as a result of any of this, it automatically kicks in for an additional 30 days on top of that original contract date. So we have those in place too to kind of facilitate those transactions. I think that's it for just news items right now. There's not a lot on the market that came up outside of, there's a lot of new construction listings. So a lot of times new construction, the builders are putting their listings on the MLS, and they have a 6-month listing, and eventually they all reset and they just put them back on there. So there was 38 new listings within the last 24 hours. And 5 of them, if you can see here, the lots here, these are all new construction. These are in Farmington, are all new construction. And then when you get down to, there's a couple other ones in here that are new construction. So a lot of that stuff has obviously reset. So, but other than that, we have a few more in, we'll go through Pittsford, and then we'll go through, let's see here. Yeah, these are a couple commercial properties. So multifamily commercial properties, this stuff is still gonna roll. A couple lots down here in Springwater in Sweden. So on the far reaches of our radius. So we have a new property here in Pittsford, and I wanted to go over kind of how some of the comments that some of these agents are making. So safety first and foremost, FaceTime conference tours available. So call or text the agent, and we'll arrange for the information. So a lot of times the sellers are actually going to be doing that for us. So we can arrange all that, get you in there. And a lot of times we need to make sure we have a pre-approval available too, so that we're able to make sure that you're a legit buyer, that you're ready to rock and roll. And then oftentimes provide a license too. Again, everything is really a case-by-case basis. As far as the New York State Association of Realtors is concerned, they are just telling everybody that we're all supposed to stay home. They're mandating that. So we have to be a little bit creative with some of these things as we're listing this stuff, because people still need to move. People still need to sell houses. And again, if you have a demand scenario right now where there's not a lot of access to it, we have to be creative in how we approach that. So let's roll through this property real quick. I'll switch it into my client view here. 399.9, 0.44 acres. If you guys have any interest in checking this property out, certainly give me a call, and we can coordinate it from there. This house was built in 1993. Saw a couple of those yesterday. It looks like they've updated it since then, probably in the early to mid 2000s, based on the color of the granite and the tile and the chair and the cabinets. Newer appliances. Looks like new carpet. Got wood stove. Looks like they did the no step shower, retiled everything, put a new vanity in from the '93 build. Back deck. Looks like it's newer. Can't really tell exactly what the roof is, but it looks like it's probably an architectural shingle, new roof. And a nice aerial view of it with the backyard. Looks like it backs up to to a hill there. I'll show you the map of where this is at as well. So map view gives you kind of an idea off of East Street there. So heading east on 31, usually a cut off and go down East Street there. Right here, down. All right, we'll just stay in. No, we'll do Pittsford. We'll do Rochester as well. So 450 Toby Road, 1880s when it was built, 1.04 acres. Very, very cute. This barn out the back. It's got a flat roof here. So flat roofs are a little bit different than regular architectural shingle roofs, so they need to be sealed pretty frequently. This one looks like it's probably somewhat old, so something to kind of remember when you're looking at these things. It's got the nice brick patio. It's a nice aerial view. So beautiful interior here with the it's like pine, that farmhouse vibe. I love the dining room here too. Again, this house was built in 1880, so it's got a lot of real low windows. Can't tell if these are new or not. They look like they're probably new. Beautiful. Again, if anybody wants to check this out, let me know. Very nice, very nicely done, very nicely decorated. It's got that farmhouse low angle roof line there. Beautiful. Everybody likes the porch party and access to the trail. So everybody that doesn't know Pittsford, all the neighborhoods are connected all by trails. So you can get anywhere. All right, we're into Rochester. So this is Ellwanger-Berry in the subdivision, Highland neighborhood area. This one just went on the market. I'm actually going to be talking to a client of mine shortly about this property. Beautiful house, exposed brick. Everybody loves that. Hardwood floors. Got that little fireplace there. This was probably built very similar to the other house that we just looked at. Nice sized backyard. Fully fenced yard. Fire pit. Good sized lot for the city. So let's take a look at the age of the house. Yeah, 1873. So the other one's 1880. So you can see the similarities there. We got one in the 19th Ward on the west side. So this looks like to me like it was a flip. Let's put the new hardwoods in. Looks like they refaced the cabinetry or put new cabinets up. Subway tile in the bathroom. Okay, North Winton Village, Culver Road. Yeah, so 1770 Culver Road. Those big, beautiful houses over there. Like they opened up the wall here to look into the kitchen. Nice wide angle ledge, looks real deep. Beautiful house. Nice tile, backsplash, newer cabinetry. Got the chair molding in. They got the fireplace. It's all radiators. Sun porch off the side. This is a beautiful house. So you can see there's a lot of stuff coming on the market still. So looks like it's a newer roof. And again, these probably are people that need to move. So I'm just speculating there, but 2,000 square feet, 170. It is East Rondequoit School District, so City of Rochester, East Rondequoit School District. I think I will leave it at that. A lot of this other stuff is commercial stuff. So, okay. Let's see who is. Thanks, Tim. I'm killing it. Okay, so Justine, my beautiful wife, just made this amazing suggestion on a couple things. She's going to be doing a donation for, I think, let her explain the details, but I believe her one of her plans is to do some type of donation for the nurses and anybody in medicine, honestly, for her satin hand cream, I think is what it is. Get the full details from her. But we're also going to be, and again, her idea, not taking any credit for this, but her idea is also going to be potentially helping out people in the medical field. A lot of them are working long hours. They're stuck in their hospital all day long. And so we're thinking about putting together some local businesses, some local restaurants, and raising some money for them and helping them put together a meal or dinner for some certain departments at the hospitals. So stay tuned on more details on that. Justine is going to do something, I believe, at 5. So if you guys wanted to jump on her live stream and chat with her, and she might have more details, and we'll be sure to put some stuff out there, maybe on a GoFundMe page or something of the equivalent there, and just try to get back as much as we can as we're in this this time of definitely the season of different lifestyles and different schedules, and just hopefully everybody is staying healthy and making sure they're taking care of their families and themselves first as we're going through everything. We'll be here. We'll be doing this every day. It'll either be lunchtime with Nate or snack time with Nate like we did today. And if you guys have any questions or need anything at all, just feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text. And I appreciate everybody's time that they take to take a look at this. And like I said, I've been getting some good feedback, so I appreciate everybody that's helped me out with that. So you guys have a great week or a great day, and I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. Thanks.